Hello, my little artists. Today we are going to be doing a Star Wars character because it is Star Wars week. Because on May the 4th, we celebrate Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. So we are going to be drawing BB-8. So get your paper, get your pencil. I've got my Sharpie. And we are going to start by writing our name at the top of our paper. And then flipping it over. And make sure your paper is going tall portrait today. Tall portrait. Okay, now, first thing we're going to do is we are going to start with his head. So we're going to draw it up near the top, but we want to make sure we leave room at the top for his antenna. So we're going to start by making a big rainbow line. Remember, leave some room at the top for his antenna. So start by making a big crooked, it's a crooked rainbow line. It's not perfectly straight up. It's kind of tilted on its side a little bit. And then we are going to kind of draw just a little smiley face underneath. So it kind of looks like an upside down cereal bowl. Okay, now right in the middle, we're going to do a circle. And then we're going to do a smaller circle inside. And then over to the right, we're going to do a smaller circle with another circle inside. So kind of like two donuts. Now at the top, we're going to do a little smiley face, just a little one. And then we're going to do another one underneath it. And this one can come down close to that first circle we drew. So I've got rainbow line, and then I'm just going to draw some diagonal lines. Not too many, maybe about 4 or 5. To divide that up into sections. Okay, now, starting with my big circle, I'm going to come over to the side and I'm going to do a diagonal line. I'm going to curve over to the right side of his head on the top, curve over to the right side of his head on the bottom. Do the same thing on the other side. Diagonal line. Curve from the edge to the top, from the edge to the bottom. I'm going to draw a curved line right here to the left of the circle. And then in the middle, I'm going to make a line, horizontal, and then a vertical and a little horizontal back. So it kind of looks like, a capital letter J almost. So I did a curved line, horizontal, vertical, little horizontal under it. And over here on this side, I'm going to do a curved line on the other side. And now this line is going to come above my little circle. Move my Sharpie so you can see what I'm doing. a little one, and then it's just going to come down. So horizontal and then a little vertical down. Horizontal and a little vertical down. Okay, now we're going to add these orange stripes. We've got 3 on the left and 2 on the right. Now, as you can see, this first one is right here in the corner of his head. So I'm going to start over here on the corner, and I'm going to draw a little horizontal and then a vertical down to the bottom. Then I'm going to draw another vertical up right beside it. Horizontal over, little one, and then vertical back down. So that's 2 stripes. I got 1 more. Vertical line up, little horizontal over, and I want these to kind of all be about the same height, and then I bring this one back down. Then on the other side, I'm going to do the same thing. That one's more of a diagonal than a horizontal, but still same one, and then I come down. So this one's in the corner. I'm going to draw up, over just a little bit, and back down. And we're almost done with his head. All we have left on his head are the 2 antennae. And as you can see, one is taller than the other. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to draw up, curve over, and come down for the tall one. And then the other one, I'm just going to make it a little bit shorter. Then we'll do a rainbow line at the top of the tall one, rainbow line near the bottom. Now on the little one, I'm going to do my 2 rainbow lines real close together to make like a little stripe. And now we've got his head finished. And we're ready to do his body. Okay, now his body is just a big circle that starts on one side of the bottom of his head and goes around to the other. So I'm just going to start kind of over here where my second stripe is, and I'm going to draw a big curve, and I'm going to curve it up and back around to where the second stripe ends on that one. Okay, so if you want to watch and just wait, just watch and I'll show you what I'm doing, and then you can copy. So I start right about where that second stripe is, make a big curve, and curve back up to that one. Does it have to be a perfect circle? No, doesn't have to be perfect. Neither one of my circles are perfect, and it's all right. Ish drawings. Ish drawings. Doesn't have to look perfect. Okay, now his body's got some details, but they're not hard. We're going to take them step by step and draw them one at a time, and you're going to see they're not that hard at all. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw 4 curved lines. We're going to do this big orange circle, this big orange circle, and then these 2 little gray circles. Okay, so we're going to start with the big one first. So I'm going to come over on the side, and I'm just going to draw like a circle that goes right here on the side. And again, it doesn't have to look perfectly circular. Big orange one over here. And now when I do the next one over here, look, we've got this little curved line that connects them, so I don't want it to come too close. I want to leave room for that little curved line. So I'm going to start up here at the bottom of his head, and then I'm just going to curve over to the edge of his body. And leave a little space in there so we can add this little piece. And again, all of these little curved lines, we need to leave room. And you can see these are the bolts. Like these are different plates that are keeping him together, and then these are the bolts that are securing the plates together. So we want to make sure we leave room for these little seams in between the plates. So I'm going to do the one up top here. And this one's just a smiley face. And then down at the bottom we got just a little rainbow line. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4 curved lines. Okay, now we're going to go and add in some details. So we're going to start with these curved lines that connect the plates together. So up here between these two, I'm just going to draw a curved line connecting that curve to this circle. And then I just do a circle on either side for the bolts. Then in between my two big ones, do like a rainbow line, circle above, circle below for the bolts. Then down here on these bottom two, little curved line, circle, circle for the bolts. Okay, and then I'm going to add this little square that comes out right here. So I just drew horizontal, vertical, horizontal, back in. Okay, now up the top, I'm going to start over here on the right side of this curve, and I'm going to draw down and then curve it back up to his head. So I'm going to draw a little diagonal, and then it curves back up to his head. And we're almost done. All we have to do is add this little piece here and this little piece here, and then we can color. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start in the middle, and we're going to draw these two little rectangles right on top of each other, okay? So I'm going to start kind of in the middle. I'm going to draw a little rectangle, and it's kind of crooked. Like if I were to straighten him up, then it would be straight, so he's kind of crooked. And then we'll draw another one right underneath it. So start with those two little rectangles in the middle. Okay, now above, I'm going to draw I'm just going to draw a line. I'm not going to draw a rectangle, I'm just going to draw the line. And then I'm going to draw two diagonals coming out from it. Now over here on the right, I'm going to draw a vertical line right there between my two rectangles. And then I'm going to draw two horizontal lines, kind of like a blocky letter C. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Come over, make a diagonal line, kind of in between my two rectangles here. And then draw two lines, so now it's like a backwards blocky C. So I did my two rectangles, a line above, diagonal going to the right, diagonal going to the left, a diagonal on the right side of the rectangles with two horizontals coming out, blocky letter C, and then opposite on the other side. Diagonal here, and then two lines coming out to make it a backwards blocky C. And then down on the bottom, I'm going to do the same thing I did up here. I'm just going to draw it upside down. So I'm going to start with that line right under my rectangle. And then I draw a diagonal coming to the left and one going to the right. It's kind of like a trapezoid. I'm just not connecting the bottom. Okay? Because what I'm going to do now, you guys got to pay attention, okay? So you know what lines to connect. I'm going to start up here on this diagonal, and I'm going to draw a curved line to the top of that block EC. Let me move my Sharpie so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to draw a curved line right here between these two. Drew a curved line there. Then I'm going to go to the bottom of the block EC and draw a curved line to that bottom rectangle there. See how the shape's starting to look like the one I've already drawn? Then we'll do the next thing. The other side of that trapezoid, I'm going to draw a curved line to the bottom of the backwards block EC. And then I've got one more curved line from the top of the backwards block EC to that diagonal right there. Looks pretty good. Okay, we're almost done. We got one more thing to draw and then we can start coloring. Okay, so over on this one, I'm going to come out and I'm going to put a rectangle right there in the middle. Put a rectangle right there in the middle. Okay. Under the rectangle, I'm going to draw a diagonal line that comes in a little bit. And then we'll draw a line down. But I'm not going to connect this one back. So this one's kind of like a backwards number 7. Okay, now up here, I'm going to start here where his head meets the curve. And I'm going to draw a curve down. Draw a diagonal back just a little bit, not all the way back. Draw a line down. Draw a line out. So this kind of looks like an S, a blocky S maybe. And then what we're going to do is we're going to connect this one to this one with a curved line. And now we're done. And he looks pretty cool. A lot of details, but not too hard if you just take it step by step. Okay, so now let's talk about how we're going to color him. So if you're still drawing, you keep drawing and just listen. So I've got my example over here that I have colored for you. Some things are black, some things are gray, and then some things are orange. You can either take your black crayon, which is what I did, and if you press really, really light, you get the gray color. If you press a little bit harder, that's when you get the darker color, okay? Or if you want, you can color the black with the crayon and then take your pencil and color in the gray, and that'll give you the gray color. If you don't want to try to do the two colors with one crayon, that's fine. And you can see the top here is gray, inside of both circles is gray, this top and bottom are gray, and then the little rectangles inside are gray. And then orange, you can see the two big circles on the outside are gray, and then our stripes are orange, sorry, they're orange. So you guys have the rest of art today to color in your BB-8s, and I hope you guys have fun and enjoy Star Wars Week, and may the 4th be with you.